Yes, the family of Street Mike, welcome back. Thank you for stopping by today again. As we always expect, we find out interesting things. Our streets are full of interesting things. And today, we have one interesting episode for you. As you can see, we are in a gas tanking station, the fuel station, as you may say. But the most interesting thing here is not about fuel today, but it's about the change that is taking place right beside the fuel tanking station. In here, as you can see, is electric charging station. This is the change that people will be talking about. It's taking place right here, right now. For some other parts of the world, it's not yet started, but here it started. That's why we find that it's very interesting for us to share with our audience and our viewers what is happening. Where is the world going? What is in right now that we don't see but is happening around us? In Europe, particularly Denmark, they predict actually that by 2035, they're gonna be having fully electric operated cars. And by example, we can see. So we are here on our search for information, search for the new world, and the old one too. But this one is very interesting. So as we run this episode, you are welcome to see, learn, and maybe take an example and apply wherever you are. So thank you for being around and following us up on Street Mike, coming by, always bringing you very, very interesting things. So thank you so much. This is an electric charging station that people now come to charge their car. It's fully functioning. It's at the gas station. It's just taking over the gas stations. You know, now as Europe go green and cars become electric, they start to put in these charging stations in all the gas stations where you used to go buy your gas. It's now where you have these charging stations. But very interesting on how the transition is taking place. It just looks like the old gas station, but this one sends in electricity, electric power to get your car charged. So it's very interesting that the design is nearly the same and the result is the same as well, giving power, while that one gives liquid that becomes your gas, but this one giving power to your car. And it's very interesting how this is gonna be achieved in the next few years as they decide to go green, go electric for their cars and for most of the things that move, you know, bikes and all sorts are moving to electric capabilities. So this is the example that is now taking over from the old system to the new system. For the world out there who are still asking themselves, how will this system be achieved? We are here on the Street Mike bringing to you the example of how it's being implemented. It's not very difficult, as you can see. It's rather a transition that is taking place where now instead of having you pump your gas in your car, you just come and get the charging take place. So we need to know how long it takes to charge this kind of car, because it's still the same system, and how it's achieved in a very, very short period of time. Because I think that the charging also takes a little while to get your car charged. but they're working on, developing the system, the module, and how your car will be charged probably in 5 minutes when you come to a station like this. So from the Street Mic, we want to be the first to bring you this kind of changes that is taking place. The future that we think is far ahead is already here. We can see that is happening. So for other societies that also want to get green, you can ask from your leaders, from the society, to provide this kind of services, because it's possible, it's achievable, and this is how particularly Denmark is going on with this progress. So I'm very, very happy to be bringing to you how this transition is taking place. This is in less than 2-3 years. So if other parts of the world can catch up with the same initiative, then we can go green, we can take care of our climate and all the changes that is coming by. But this is how it's done here. Thank you so much. So a sign like this indicates that this is an electric charging parking unit. So you don't need to put your car here if you don't have an electric car, because the charging will be taking place just right there. And in most of the parking yards across the country now have electric charging units like this one here, where you just come and plug in your car and car gets charged. And after that, you can drive off and leave space for other people. But this is just exactly, you have the handle here, and you can see that the handle takes in the power to your car. You just plug in at the back of your car as well. It just looks like the normal gas cars that we have. So this transition is really, really very close to what we already used to. It's not something very, very new. It's just so close to what we're already used to. But it's taking place, and this is the future. They say the future is ahead, but the future is here. For our followers on Street Mic, we're gonna be so close to the future that we don't need to go to wait for it to come. So this is what is taking place. In about 15 years, Europe, especially Denmark, promised to be having full electric cars. In Denmark, nearly 20% of the cars now are electric. Tesla, as being one of the cars, when people talk about electric cars, people think about Tesla, achieved their 1% number in Denmark last year, at the end of last year, where 1% of the all electric cars in Denmark is now Tesla cars. So it's very interesting to see that this is taking place right in front of our eyes, and it's something that they are aggressively going towards achieving. And for the people who are going to business of this kind, people who want to know how this is done, follow us on Street Mic as we take you across the world, share with you things that that interest you. This is going to be one of them, and I think that for people who want to do business in electric car charging can now start to borrow ideas across the world. This is how it's done. So this is how it works. You come here and you park your car right here. You go to the machine and you pay. This is a payment system. This is here when you have the card for this company or this company, or you just have your ATM card. You just come here and pay, and then there's a system there, a computer system where you put in your code or something like that, and you come to this cable and take it and plug it on your car, and it charges according to the time you have paid for, and so that you can get going. But what I know is pretty cheap, but we have to find out how cheap it is for the people who are charging their cars. If it is more expensive, but what I know is must be more cheaper than the gas, because there's a lot of subsidies on people who are doing this kind of who are making these transitions all over the country. So that is how it works. As you can see, this is the old boy in town that people are leaving them soon. You can see how they are, because all over the place. This is what we used to do. You come here, put in as much as you want and drive away. You can see diesel here, you can see the petrol of all sorts. But they're giving way to the electric cars because the change is taking place now rather fast because of the desire to get into electric car system. So you come over here and fuel. Right now it's pretty expensive because of the crisis that made fuel very expensive. But I think it's also part of the way to demotivate people to get into electric car system. But this is the old boy leaving way soon for the new guy on the other side, as I showed you. So they're working hand in hand in both places. This is how the old system it works. So you come to this tank station and you just plug your card in, and once you plug your card in and you punch in your code and you get everything ready. Once it's ready, you just start to fuel your car. So you just put in your gas and you get your car ready, fully fuel, and you go away. And one surprising thing here, you don't have people working for you, so you do it yourself. Nobody works for you, so you just come and fuel your car, and once you fuel it, you go away. In different places, especially in Africa, you have people who stand at the gas station and fuel for you, which is something different here. Here you do it alone, by yourself, and that is interesting. You can see the whole of this gas station, there's nobody here working. It's for the people who come and fuel. You fuel it yourself, and if you want to buy something, you go ahead and buy it in the station, because it's pretty cold that you cannot do it outside. Nobody can stand outside working for you. So thank you so much as you keep following us. We have promised to bring you things that interest us. Things like this interest us. This is a car washing station. It's where you wash your car. But what interests us is, from the street, we know that these are jobs for other people. In other countries, these are jobs. In other places, these are what others do for a living. But in here, it's taken over by the machine. This is how you wash your car. You come and drive through here, put your car in right in that spot. And once your car is there, you get an indication that you can go out or stay in your car. And once you have done that, the system will close itself. And once it closes itself, then your car will be washed automatically. In about 4 or 5 minutes, your car is ready. Then you can drive out and go to your next destination. Here, there's nobody working in here. Nobody does this job. You do it yourself. You can put your car here, and once your car is in, washes, and then you can drive off. So for those who are thinking about the future is already here. For some people, it's the past. But for others who want to know how other places operate, this is how it operates. These are jobs for other people in other places. But here, it's done by the machine. So thank you so much for joining with us as we tour around the world and we have things that interest us. This is specifically for the people who would want to either do business of this kind, either want to think about the future of integrating man and machine. This is how it's done, and it's right here. So thank you so much. From the Street Man, back to you. Yes, just right in here, we have a vacuum cleaning system. If you have your car is dirty or you want to clean your car, you come in here and do it yourself. But it's also automated, where you have to pay some money. So you pay some money and you take the system and you do it yourself. Nobody does that for you, and this is how it's done here. Also on the side, you have a system for pumping your car. And in case your car is having, you don't have enough inflation in your car, you can do it yourself. Nobody do it for you. But I think this one is free. For this one is free because it's a service that the station gives to the people who have cars who come in here. But for vacuuming your car, it's not for free. And you can see the system is set right here, which is you come and do it yourself. Nobody does that for you. So for our followers, this interests us, and back to you. If it interests you, you can do it also. You can set it where you are. Thank you so much. From the service of this station, we introduce you to this also amazing system of how you buy something for your car. So you come over and you find the things are outside the station, and what you do, you just pick it up, go inside this building, and then you pay for it and you get going. This also interests us. From the street mic, back to you, how this system runs. Thank you.